Well, welcome back, Sister Wives fans. Tonight we're diving into a story that's twisted and heartbreaking, full of manipulation, nostalgia, and emotional warfare that leaves viewers on the edge of their seats. If you've kept up with the Brown family saga, you know one thing: it's never boring. But this apology from Kody Brown to Janelle is way more than a failed attempt at reconciliation. What we have here is a masterclass in chaos masquerading as sentiment. And boy, is social media on fire. The opinions are divided, theories are flying, and the tension is palpable. Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit blew up in fiery debates. Comments like, "He's literally gaslighting her," and "Janelle deserves better." Then crumbs of affection flood the feed. Others counter, "She's letting herself get sucked in again. Wake up, Janelle. The digital universe is abuzz." And we're here to dissect each layer of this emotional hurricane. This story begins deceptively simple. Kody apologizes, but make no mistake, that simplicity is a ruse. For anyone who has watched Sister Wives carefully, you know his words are often layered in meaning. A look at his body language, voice cadence, and timing of his expressions, however, makes apparent that the expressed sentiment is part of a strategy aimed at stirring old feelings. It is a modus operandi many viewers describe as love bombing, a manipulative approach through which brief moments of attention, praise, and pseudo-affection are employed to emotionally control or influence someone. In this case, Janelle is the target, and the emotional field of battle is out in full view. Social media viewers knew exactly what they were seeing. "He's doing the breadcrumb routine classic, Kody," one fan tweeted. Another weighed in, "Notice how she lights up the second he smiles at her. That's trauma bonding in action." Of course, there are thick psychological undercurrents here, and the camera catches every micro expression, every quiver of vulnerability. Janelle's reaction is almost painfully human. Here's a woman who has endured years of complicated family dynamics, who has faced public scrutiny, and who has had to navigate not only her own emotions, but the fragile emotional landscape of her children. When Kody says his apology, her eyes glisten with recognition, nostalgia, and perhaps a longing for closure. But what is striking is the gap between the public narrative and the private reality. The public sees a simple apology. Those who understand the dynamics see a calculated act designed to plant seeds of confusion. The narrative crafted by Kody suggests that he is remorseful, that he is self-reflective, that he is perhaps even ready to mend bridges. But as the scenes unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that this apology is less about reconciliation and more about control. Social media users were quick to catch on. Notice how he never addresses the kids or the chaos he caused. Classic distraction technique. One Redditor commented. Another remarked, "He's apologizing, but it's for him, not her." It's ego management 101. The tension ramps up the deeper into their past interactions the episode goes. Viewers are reminded of the tumultuous history, the times Kody has prioritized other relationships, the financial manipulations, the emotional distance, the cycles of leaving and returning. These are not small infractions. These are patterns, deeply ingrained behaviors that have sculpted Janelle's responses over the years. The commentary in the episode calls attention to each of these events, analyzing how even the smallest gestures can incite extreme emotional reactions. See how she clings to that one moment where he admits he lied about not loving her. She's ignoring years of neglect and betrayal because she's desperate for acknowledgement. An Instagram fan observed, "The psychological tension here is almost palpable." Viewers are not just watching a reality TV episode. They are seeing an emotional chess game play out, move by move, reaction by reaction. Suspense is built, in part, through the commentary's narrative pacing. The host pauses mid-sentence to dramatize the dissonance between what Kody says and what he does on camera. Each "I'm sorry" is parsed, each hesitation replayed. There is an invitation for viewers to question and analyze, to feel the tension vicariously. This is not storytelling, this is immersive, cinematic. Social media viewers agreed. "I feel like I'm watching a psychological thriller unfold in real life," one Twitter user wrote. The commentary makes you notice things you'd never catch just by watching the show itself. another said. In all, it's the analytic lens combined with the narrative suspense that keeps viewers glued, sometimes waiting days between episodes and discussing events on live chats and revisiting clips over and over to catch every nuance. But the story isn't only about Kody and Janelle. It is about the ripples how this apology reverberates through the family and the audience alike. Already, fans on TikTok have begun to create reaction videos in which they parse every facial expression, every intonation, every pause. Watch the micro expressions. She's conflicted, but he's controlling her emotions like a puppeteer, a commenter explained. Meanwhile, metrics of audience engagement register spikes in real time as viewers debate. Was this apology sincere? Was it manipulative? Or, as many fear, a little bit of both? The suspense doesn't stay confined to the television screen, it spills over into the online communities, where the emotional stakes are high as any scripted drama, and this cross-platform engagement is no accident. It is a testament to how deeply a well-crafted narrative, one with calculated suspense, tension, and drama, can take hold of an audience and compel them to interact, comment, and share. As the episode progresses, we see a sequence where Kody tries to make amends for past mistakes instead of a direct confession, though the apology folds back on itself, laced together with self-pity and undertones of victimhood. It is a narrative sleight of hand that leaves Janelle and the viewers on unsure footing. Social media reactions capture the confusion. He's apologizing, but he's also blaming her subtly. It's like emotional sleight of hand, one YouTube viewer commented. Another observed, you can almost feel the audience squirming because they know something is off, but can't quite put their finger on it. This is narrative tension at its finest, leveraging real human vulnerability to create engagement, debate, and sustained viewer interest. And then, of course, there's the suspense. Every pause, every held gaze, every carefully chosen word aims to incite anticipation. Viewers are pondering, what will Janelle do? To forgive or not? Will she go back to chaos? Comments came in as follows. I'm on edge just watching this. I can't believe she's even entertaining this. And you can see her heart wants closure, but her mind knows better. The commentary doesn't simply relay the events, it amplifies them, making what could be a trivial apology some kind of psychological roller coaster. And that, ultimately, is why this episode is so captivating. It's not just the story itself, it's how it's told, how it's framed, how every moment is calibrated to maximize emotional investment. By the end of this segment, we have a clear understanding of what's at stake, who the players are, and how the psychological dynamics hang in the balance. Kody's apology is words, but also a tactical maneuver, a calculated bid to influence, confuse, and possibly even control Janelle's trauma and longing-laced reactions layer tension and pull the audience deeper into the emotional labyrinth. And as fans continue to dissect every detail online, the commentary becomes its own sort of bridge between audience and the unfolding drama, pointing out things they may have missed and framing them in ways that provoke thought, emotion, and debate. The suspense hangs unresolved, and it drives viewers to return, to comment, and to engage. So, if you felt your heart racing, your stomach twisting, or your mind racing as you try to process what just happened between Kody and Janelle, you are not alone. This is a masterclass in narrative tension, manipulation, and human vulnerability. And if you want to stay in the loop to witness every twist, every moment of chaos, and every breadcrumb that keeps Janelle and viewers on edge, make sure you do not miss out. Hit that like button if this commentary resonated. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the drama, and click the bell icon so you never miss a pulse-pounding update. You do not want to be left behind as the chaos unfolds. With that said, let's dive back into the chaos of this episode and focus on the emotional battlefield that Kody has clearly set up. It's not an apology. It's a calculated sequence meant to draw Janelle back into the vortex of uncertainty and heartache. The camera focuses on her reactions, with micro-expressions that indicate an internal battle. A slight, brief smile here, a doubting glance over there, a shift in posture that evidences a mix of hope and doubt. Social media jumped onto that immediately, with fans commenting, "Her eyes say yes, but her brain screams no. Another said, I just can't believe she is entertaining it after all this time. This is literally manipulation. And that is precisely what makes the scene compelling, for it is not enough that viewers passively watch this scene. Instead, they themselves become active participants in the work of emotional tension, predicting, analyzing, and reacting in real time. Kody's apology is well structured. Every sentence appears innocent at first glance, yet beneath the surface lies a psychological strategy in layers. Statements such as I never realized how unsafe I made you feel, or I should have been there for you, are spoken in soft tones that are almost